Hey guys, we're back with another video. In today's video, okay, no, we're gonna stop that.
Oh my god.
So, Genkidamatsuri has passed, but it has come bearing gifts.
Gifts. More gifts.
We got anime announcement. We got an anime announcement. A brand new game. DLC. There's so much to unpack here. So I'm going to be making a ton of videos talking about everything. But for right now, we're going to focus on the general sense of everything. And then I'll probably make more videos on it. Alright, so let's get started. So first of all, I'm only going to be talking about the big announcements. I'm not going to talk about Fusion World. I'm sorry that I'm not talking about the Dragon Ball card game or whatever, okay?
No, this can't be.
First of all, we finally got the thing we've all been waiting for. Guess what? Guess what it is?
Is it a raw leg? Ah!
It is none other than the Moro arc. Now, the Moro arc came out all the way back in, I want to say like 2019, 2020. So it is absolutely absurd that we're finally getting the Moro arc animated, albeit it is in late 2027.
This shit means something to me, man.
Oh, what I will say, it is confirmed to be an anime. I know some people were confusing Genkidamatsuri during the stream because they said it was going to be a film or something. But they do say it's a continuation of the anime on the website, so it's likely going to be an anime. But aside from that, and Hans Zimmer, sorry, I've been trying to pronounce that shit for like the past 3 minutes, working on the music, which, what does Hans do? He's done a lot of composing. Like, for example, he's done composing for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Batman v Superman, one of the worst movies of all time, Dune, you know, light shit, you know, The Simpsons game. Oh, we gotta get this guy on board. Point is, it seems like he has a pretty decent discography. I'm excited to see what he does for Dragon Ball. From what I hear, the Infinite Future thing that he made is pretty good. I didn't listen to it personally. I probably will listen to it after I record this video. But I have high expectations. As for the art style, I can't really tell who made it. Some people have said Shintani, which makes sense. However, I'm probably going to say nothing because I'm stupid and don't know anything. That's all we know so far. So, if anything comes up, I'll let y'all know. But for right now, it is canceled. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. But for right now, I'm pretty hyped. Next up, we have something that we know a lot more about. The Battle of Gods remake, recut. I don't know. That's right, we are getting Dragon Ball Super Battle of Gods again for the 3rd time. Now, to be completely fair, I don't mind having stuff redone in Super. If you go back to Super was absolutely fucking horrible at times. Like, we all remember like the great episodes like Goku versus Beerus, or you know, Goku versus Hit, or Vegito versus Zamasu. In between those, you have Goku versus Beerus. Point is, I don't think it's crazy to get remakes on Super, especially considering that Super came out in 2015, so we've had Super for at least 10 years, so pretty crazy. So now, from what we've seen, Dragon Ball Super Beerus will be essentially an enhanced version. Rather than a remake, it's going to be more of a remaster. It plans to make newly added cuts along with redrawn cuts, as well as a reconstructive narrative. So they're taking some parts from the manga as well and making a more faithful representation. Now, to be completely fair, the manga didn't really have much difference than the anime. However, this could be nice, especially since they're reconstructing the narrative, kind of. For example, I know some people were happy with Goku. Instead of being super happy for a fight, he was focusing more on the people first, which I think is pretty fair. Or Vegito respecting Goku as the strongest Saiyan. Things of that nature. It's like a few small details so far. We don't really know the entire story yet, but it's still pretty cool regardless. Now, the length's going to be 6 episodes, so not entirely too bad. I think we should get every episode in like a month or 2. And then, according to other people, there will actually be remakes for all the arcs. Now, there was this leak. I don't know if this leak was true, but to be fair, they did not only get the episode right, but the fact we're also going to get this for Resurrection F. So there's a good chance that this leak is correct. However, please take this with a grain of salt. I wouldn't be surprised if they were lying. Battle of Gods is getting 6. Resurrection F is getting 7, Universe 6 vs Universe 7 is getting 10, Future Saga is getting 18, and Universal Survival Saga is getting 40 episodes. Now again, this could very well be like a false leak, and again, I probably am citing that just because they probably did get lucky with the episode amount. However, with this in mind, I would not be surprised if this was a way to keep us intact until Moro comes out. Moro is coming out in like late 2027. From what I remember, or they might be announcing it in late 2027. So by the time we get Moro later in the future, it could lead up to that with like a better super that we could watch. So now, before that, I actually wanted to compare and see how long the episodes were in the original series. Battle of Gods in the beginning was a whopping 15 episodes. To be completely fair, they added some little filler here and there, which I did like personally. Resurrection F had 12 episodes, so basically with this remake is going to be cut in half. Universe 6 v Universe 7 has 14 episodes, so Universe 6 v Universe 7 is cutting it down by 4 episodes. Future Saga had a whopping 30 episodes, albeit it also had filler here and there. And then Universal Survival Saga had a whopping 55 episodes, which means that the remaster will be dropping 15 episodes. As for the narrative stuff, which I'm really interested in, they say that they want to like tie in more stuff to the manga, and they are listening to people, so I think they're probably going to do a mix. While the manga itself isn't bad, I will say some parts of it I'm not the biggest fan of. Goku Black in the anime is significantly better than Goku Black in the manga, like it's not even a question. Or the Universal Survival Saga is kind of sucky in the manga, while in the anime, sure it has its kind of meh moments. It's still significantly better, I'd argue. And I do not think they're doing Gohan versus Kefla over the Kamehameha slide. That shit's just too iconic. But I do think that they'll keep like some like very big anime moments and yet just add elements to the manga and then overall tweak it. They did also say that they wanted to make Beerus feel more like a threat rather than just kind of like that fun uncle, which I mean, I like Beerus regardless. But this could be a way for Beerus to have a consistent power level, because the problem that I had with Beerus personally was that he always just kind of like sat there and like he was just getting stronger, I guess. In the anime, eventually he got surpassed by Goku and then Vegeta, but then in the manga, he's just throwing around Vegeta post-terminal power like a ragdoll. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I hope that they fix that up, and it could be interesting having Beerus in this brand new light. Loki, I really did just talk about everything in the Battle of Gods remake, but maybe I'll make a separate video talking about what I want in the anime and the manga, like mashed together, but we will see. Alright, next up is Age 1000. I want to say this for a future video because there's a lot that we can unpack here, but I'll basically just talk about what we saw. Essentially, this is a game taking place in the far future in the Age 1000. We see it was like a character creation, like beating up these random like NPCs. We then see them flash through like eras until we see them stop at like a Goku figure before they turn Super Saiyan. Now, I'm not gonna say anything about the design, but jeez Louise. Not gonna lie, it really ain't that bad. I think it's just because of the way he's just standing. I just thought that was really funny. This was drawn by Toriyama likely before he passed away, unfortunately. And not to completely hate, they do look good. I think it's just because like we didn't know anything about them and they just popped up randomly. I just think it just made it funnier. But it looks pretty cool overall. Again, I want to save it for another video. Like this is the one I really want to get into because there's just so much that we could talk about. However, it's very clearly a code name. It's likely going to be some type of like futuristic game. Like that's all I'm gonna give. And then for our final thing, we have Sparking Zero new DLCs. Now a lot of people know that Sparking Zero wasn't exactly the best on launch. A lot of issues, had to get patched, which to be fair, its patch did help significantly. And when it did get patched, a lot of people really did like the game. However, there were a few issues. The one was single player content and two with some characters missing. Now, I don't want to be that guy, but some of y'all weren't going to play those characters, like Loki. But in general, Sparking Zero is missing something, like significantly. However, with this brand new update, Sparking Zero might finally get the help it needs. So, for the new update, we have new characters, new super attacks, blah blah blah. Now for context, there was actually a lot of characters in the data before the game released. Now these were a plethora of characters, from people like Mercenary Tao to Demon King Piccolo to Super 17, all of them, including more, being intended for the game. However, they never showed up. This was obviously because Sparking Zero was rushed for Diamond. However, now they seem to be releasing these guys as DLC, which I think is pretty cool. However, I do think it's a little weird, like, you're telling me that I paid like $100 for the entire game and now I have to pay for more DLC? Like 22 series. They also add stuff like Mission 100, and they're planning to add more modes, more characters, more skins, all that other stuff. We're going to talk about it in another video because I feel like there's a lot more to dissect. However, this is really cool, and I hope Sparking Zero bounces back from this. I am personally a Sparking Zero defender. I really do like Sparking Zero, and I do think that a lot of the hate that it got was a little unfortunate. However, now it seems that Sparking Zero can finally be at its 100% true potential, and I'm really glad. So that's it for everything that I remember at Genkidamatsuri. There's stuff like Dokkan, which I don't really think showed anything, or Legends, which had Ultra Buuhan, which is pretty cool. Remember, Buuhan has not gotten an actual unit in like Legends, like ever. So, in general, I am very hyped for the future of Dragon Ball. This is the year of Dragon Ball, and I hope we get a lot more updates coming very soon. So, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want to see more update videos like this. I really want to talk about Dragon Ball because I'm really happy that Dragon Ball is back. Like, it feels like Dragon Ball hasn't really had anything like this in like forever, so I'm really happy that this has come back. Of course, with new Dragon Ball stuff means more Dragon Ball content for you guys, so yeah, just you guys wait. It's gonna be crazy. But that's about it. Fade out.